Good morning. My name's Alion Life. I've had the pleasure of having many different careers. I've been through many different endeavors and experiences. All have created me who I am. But there's one thing that's never changed. Is I love people. And I love helping people become the best version of themselves. So I've decided to start life coaching and help people. Now, mind you, I've been in the mental health field before and been a counselor for many years. So I want to start off with a story at one of my clients. So one day I come into a group, big group, about 40 people, and I noticed there was a client that had a bandage above his eye, and everyone was kind of whispering and talking about what might have happened to that client. So as the elephant in the room, I decided to hit it straight on. So I said, "Good morning, everyone. Let's start with high lows. How everyone weekend was." So sure enough, I said to this client, "Would you mind starting high low?" He says, "I don't want to talk about it." He's sitting there just mad at the world, slouched back. I said, "Well, everyone else is kind of talking about it. How about we just get it out of the way?" "What happened?" "Well, I was grocery shopping after work, minding my own business, and some people from my past caught up with me." "What do you mean?" So I was checking out online, and they said, they started tripping my name and saying stuff from my past that wasn't true. But I wasn't trying to take the fish hook. I wasn't going to eat the bait. So I continued on my way because I've changed my life and I'm doing good. But they just kept going and they're saying all the right words to get under my skin, he said. I said, "So what happened next?" Said, "So I took the bait. I went outside to fight with them, except for his 2-on-1. And as I'm trying to fight with one, the other one sucker punched me. And I went down. And the security guard comes out of the supermarket and says, 'I've called the police.' And the two guys go running away. I get up off the ground and I notice that I'm bleeding. And now I just see red. I'm enraged," he says. "So then what happened next?" I asked. He says, "I chased them, got in my car, speeding out of the parking lot." "Did you catch up to them?" "No, as I was taking the second corner right at the main intersection, I flipped my car, crashed." I said, "What store was it?" He tells me. I said, "Oh, I know that intersection. There's a cute little old lady that likes to cross back and forth all day long with her shopping cart." "Did you hit the old lady?" "No." "Did you hit another car?" "Luckily, no." "So you didn't hurt anyone?" "Well, I crashed my car. I totaled it." "Okay." I asked him, "What would have happened if you would have caught up to them?" He says, "Well, I would have gotten even." I said, "Okay, let's go there. If you would have perfectly caught up in a high-speed car chase to them and somehow gotten them over without hitting another car, killing someone along the way, do you think you would have got, as they would say, an eye for an eye, a hit for a hit, blood for blood?" So I said, "Let's say it went perfect and you caught up with this two guys without hitting another car, getting in a car accident. Do you think you would have gotten even, as they say, blood for blood, eye for an eye, perfectly equal?" "Probably not. Probably would have escalated more." "Okay. Well, what happened?" It's like, "Well, the cops showed up." I'm like, "Did you get a ticket for the car accident?" "No." "And you didn't hit another car?" "No." "And did you get arrested?" He's like, "No, they saw the videotape and saw it was self-defense." "Okay. Well, what happened after that?" He's like, "Well, I just bought the truck. I lost out, so I had to wait for a tow truck, and I just lost my savings. I just bought it cash. I didn't have insurance." "I'm sorry for that," I said. "So what happened after that?" He says, "Well, I went home." "Who'd you go home to?" "My wife and two daughters." "And then what?" "Like, had dinner with them." "Okay, so let me get this straight. You ended up letting some remarks make you angry, lose sight of focus, and you ended up getting in a fight, ended up blood causing rage, ended up trying to take things in their own hands and get even. Luckily, you didn't hit the cute little with the basket going back and forth across the street. Luckily, you didn't hit another car. Luckily, you didn't get arrested. Luckily, you didn't get a ticket. And you went home to your wife and two daughters, still alive and free." He's like, he uncrossed his arms at that moment. said, yeah, I didn't think about it like that. See, a lot of times we forget gratitude. Gratitude can shift the focus. It can lower cortisol, stress hormones. It can get us getting rid of the negative emotions, resentment and anger. It can help release depression and anxiety. We can choose to shift the perspective, right? Remember, there's 86,400 seconds in a day. It only takes 1 second to get us embarked and in fight or flight. But a lot of people don't realize there's more than fight and flight. Yes, I come across a bear, I can freeze. But you could also mentally, emotionally freeze. That's where you're there, but you're not really there as the trauma is happening. And a lot of people don't realize there's a fourth one called fawning, like a little baby deer. And fawning's where you try to people please, right? If I just do this perfectly, then he won't be mad. If I just get my work done, then my boss will see my benefits, trying to live up to expectations. These may be great in a situation where we need to people please, maybe somebody who's got us in danger. But it's not something that we should live by. None of them. Because all of them have cortisol pumping there. Because we're in fear, right? Sometimes we just need to shift the perspective in that moment in time to realize it's not a way to live. That if I am grateful that the tire blew out of my car, I'm not saying you're thankful for that situation, but you're thankful I have a car to blow my tire out of. Can shift it from being a bad thing to just something that happened in my day that I'm then resolving, right? Can we take a moment? Just count our blessings? A lot of my clients, I'll start them off with when they're maybe pessimistic or always trying to find the worst or the pity of the situation. Woe me. I'll tell them, let's start off your day. 10 things you're grateful for every day. Well, what if you don't have 10 things? I said, really? You have 10 toes. You can start there. Then that might be the day you got out of bed and stub your toe. And then remember, oh, I'm thankful I have that toe to stub. Because maybe I could have been a diabetic and had my leg amputated. Maybe I'm thankful for my health. In 2004, there was a study that showed people who expressed gratitude actually had reduced levels of cortisol, the stress hormone. Not only that, but it showed they were more resilient in conquering and getting over negative emotional setbacks. I'm reminded of a story of this man walking through the woods one day, and he started to see a branch wiggling around. He took a closer look, and he saw that it was a cocoon. He said, no way, I'm about to see a butterfly or a moth hatch. So he sat there and waited. And as he began to watch, the bottom of the cocoon started to open up. And he began to see a beautiful butterfly emerging. He watched for about 5 to 10 minutes, and the butterfly got about 65% of the way out. And then, in his impatience and haste, he decided, oh, he's stuck. He needs help. And so he cut open the rest of the cocoon with the Swiss Army knife. And out emerged this beautiful butterfly with shriveled up wings. What he didn't realize is that butterfly needed that struggle to pump the blood into its wings. Sometimes the adversities we meet in life are the same thing that build our character. You know, Frank Outlaw said, watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your behaviors. Watch your behaviors, they become your character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. For our next session, we're going to be talking about resilience. We're going to talk about the benefits of and how to shift the perspective to overcome obstacles as we reach them, knowing that they are the things that forge us in the fire. Thank you.